Alrighty, we gotta get stuff done. Hey there, good morning. Welcome to 9 a.m. morning coffee live. Which way is righty tighty, lefty loosey? So yeah, today I am working on the 3.6 liter Pentastar, and boy, this microphone is going to be tight. Got to do a quick oil change, but as you can see, the clearance on this, I do not have much ground clearance. So this engine, 3.6 Pentastar, used in a lot of JKs, great engine, a little bit better than the 3.8, but obviously this isn't my JK. I think I have a little more clearance, a little more ground clearance on my JK. But this is something I had to get done. So, can you guess what vehicle this is? And if Jason's on here, no cheating, because he knows. He's in the know. But anyways, yeah, same exact engine. So it's honestly one of the reasons why I liked this van. I'm like, yeah, it's going to have the same engine as my JK, so cool. Oh, did I just say van? Yes, it's the People Mover. And the People Mover is due for an oil change. So I thought I would do this on our morning coffee live stream real quick. Just because it needs to be done. But the trick to this is the wife needs the van by 10 o'clock. So I should be able to have it all done by then, but here in just a second, the van is going to be undrivable. So I'm pulling the plug out. Like somebody on here commented, there we go, about how they like watching videos or seeing things of how to do your own maintenance, which is really cool. Like, I really recommend doing your own oil changes. I didn't for years. Jason finally convinced me, but that was years ago. But yeah, you really do a better job. It's a lot cheaper, and you can use better quality. Like a synthetic oil change here where I'm at, gosh, yeah, they're like 50, 60, or was it even more than that? Did I see 90 something dollars, like $95? Like, it's super expensive. Or I can do this oil change for like, with a good synthetic for 30. Let's see, filter oil, yeah, 30 bucks. Or essentially half the price. So I just pulled the oil plug here, letting it drain. As I'm unthreading the oil plug, one little tip for people that are just new at doing this or trying to do it yourself for the first time, is you're unthreading the plug, kind of push in on it as you're getting it loose, and then pop it off when it's completely loose. You know what I mean? Like, you're unthreading it. You're not unthreading it. If you unthread it and you keep it loose while you're unthreading it, it's just going to start spilling all over. So I kind of push back on it a bit. So anyways, let me get this plug dried off here. I got a little paper towel. And while that oil drains, we can remove the filter too. I need a little piece of cardboard. That's the other thing. I normally have a little piece of cardboard standing by here to set this kind of stuff on. So, yep, as of now, the wife cannot drive the van. It's always kind of funny to me how, like, yeah, if there was an emergency, we had to jump in the van and drive away. Like, and you really can't. I'll pull you guys up top here in a second. I'm just wiping off my hands. But anyways, this is the morning coffee live at 9 o'clock, and I've got my hot coffee heated up. It's up on my workbench. Well, that oil's about done draining already. So yeah, 9 o'clock Wednesday is my live stream, and then Fridays, my normally edited videos. And this last Monday, did you guys notice I released another video? I have a few extra videos of my daughter working on her XJ So I thought, you know, I'd start posting some of those on Mondays. It's not going to be every Monday because honestly, I can't keep up with that schedule because I have a life and it's not all YouTube. I'm going to come around and grab you guys, bring you up top, and we will take the filter out while this continues to drain. But yeah, the funny part to me is like, yeah, we can't drive the van right now. Like, yep, van is indisposed. All right, let me come grab you guys. And I hope you can hear me. I got the wheel of death on my tablet. That's awesome. Oh, you know what I should have? I should have my tripod. Oh, there it is. Sorry for the motion sickness here. Gotta get you guys set up. Oh man, tube. What was that? Yeah, I gotta reset my tablet so I can see your chat. This dumb tablet, like every time, gotta shut down the video, restart it. Need to invest in a new tablet. This tablet, honestly, is just getting old. Sometimes older technology. Got the shocks changed with no problem. Nice. Yeah, my shock upgrade was well overdue. There's Bronco Solid getting sick. Yep. Morning, all. Elvis is on. Good morning. I can't really see. I need help with the ticking noise. Uh-oh, that's not good. Ticking in the engine. There's a lot of things that can be ticking. Is it engine ticking? What's ticking? Is it driveline ticking? Oh, the dumb tablet. I have to just restart the whole thing. Click on the video. Oh, that's the other thing. Don't forget to put the oil plug back. Yeah, that's a no-no. Yeah, I'm gonna restart the tablet here. I'll be able to see your comments in a minute. They show up on the camera, but they disappear. Restart. So let's take the filter out. I think I could probably bring you guys up to see me fiddling on this. Run some Marvel Mystery Oil in the oil. Should clean up the lifters. Yep. Yeah, lifters is a common ticking item. Bring you guys along here. I don't know if you can see. Let me raise you up a little higher. Yeah, this is an interesting oil change because I'm doing it live, trying to, oh! Just dropped you guys, sorry. Didn't mean to drop you. Are we still on? Yeah, we're still good. Camera fell out of the, having technical issues here. All right, let's move on. Put my code in, super secret code. And the filter. So do you guys do your own oil changes? Boy, that's too long, huh? Huh, how funny. Thought I needed an extension on there, but extension is going to make it worse. Yeah, you guys are still with me? You know what I need? I need my swivel guy. Actually, the 1/2 inch swivel. Oh, this guy, yeah. 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch swivelly swivel. That'll get it. Start up my tablet here. Curious about Jeep Girl's ticking. Try to break this guy loose. Trying to pull up my video here at the same time. There we go. Now it's gone. Had to restart the tablet. It'd be a lot easier if I just took this vent out. Yeah, I'm gonna bust that out of there real quick. Electric ratchet, socket set, and it looks like it's like a 10 millimeter. Where's my 10? Oh no, it's not that big. 5/16 maybe. Yep. This is gonna be easier. Work smarter, not harder. There we go. Now you guys can almost see what I'm doing. All right, Jeep Girl's on here. Jeep. This this Jeep I just got has been sitting for a year or two. Oh, you got a Jeep. Oh, dang it. Camera just fell again. It's one of the struggles of live streaming. You guys get to see issues live. So I gotta check my audio. I think audio is still good. Yep. The life of a YouTuber. Real struggles. Anyways, did you mention what Jeep you got? That's awesome. What is it? Did you say already? I might have missed it. Say it again. It's been sitting for a year or two, so yeah, you got probably do fluids, check brakes. What else should you be doing? Pulling the filter out here. You know, before I pull that all the way out, honestly, I'm going to get the drain plug back in so I can use my drain pan. The drain pan I really like. If you don't have one of these, I'll show you. I really recommend it because it has a wide area to catch oil. But I got to go underneath it real quick and get this plug back in. I'm not going to bother bringing you guys back under there because that's a pain. But we did that at the intro because I wanted to be draining the oil right when we went live. And it worked out. Another reason I wanted to drain the oil right when we went live is because the wife needs the van and I got to get this done. All right, plug going back in. And I've heard many stories of people forgetting to put plugs back in. They're doing their oil change, they forget to put the plug in and start filling it with oil. And they pull out and there's a big puddle of oil. Oh, that's the other thing I always do. I'll just kind of give you guys my tips of things I do as we go along here. The other thing I do when I'm all done checking the oil or changing the oil, filled it up, started it, all that, I peek underneath a few times, just make sure it's not like dripping, running out. Just check underneath. All right, plug is back in. Just kind of wiping it off a little bit so it's clean. And where's my socket? Get the gunk off my hands. Socket wrench, and we'll tighten this up, and don't over tighten your oil plug. There is a torque specification on it, which, gosh, what is the torque spec? Like 30 foot-pounds or something? It's not much. But a lot of guys on the oil plug, once you do it enough, you kind of learn how tight you want it. Just like one little oomph. And we'll dry it off a little more. All right, plug is good. plug, check. I wanted to do that so I could show you guys the pan. Well, it had to be done anyways, right? This is just one of these square pans. But what I really like about it has this little spot right here, which is designed to hold a filter. You know, like these filters are a little different, but the big metal filters and stuff, you set it there upside down. It has these little troughs, so it'll drain the oil out of it. Just a nice little spot. Sometimes I'll set the oil plug up on that as well. But let's pull this filter and set it down in there. So I got a towel down in here, got the filter loose. Coming out. And we're going to just set the filter here. So this style of filter just pops right out. So this one's a little different. It doesn't, a little different than the metal ones. These ones work fine, I guess. Then we got our O-ring on here. I'm gonna grab a little screwdriver. My hands are all gooey. I wonder if Jeep Girl told us what her Jeep was yet. It's probably way back in the chat now. Old plastic, blah, blah, blah. I heard that too, Bill. Vacuum line PVC. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and read chat. I go back and read chat a lot afterwards. But honestly, I'd spend more time reading it right now, but as you guys know, I gotta get this done. So, you guys see that? Those of you that are new at oil changes, so you get a new little O-ring with these guys. You gotta pull the old one off. Let's grab our new filter. Oh, this is another thing that JeepSolid turned me on to. As kind of everybody knows, stay away from Fram oil filters. I mean, if you don't care about the vehicle, I don't know. What application would you use a Fram? Never! But Wix. Oh gosh, I almost thought this was empty. That kind of scared. I was like, it's so light. I was like, is there anything in here? There's our new filter, Wix. I do like Wix. Good reputation. And our little O-ring. And this filter, just gonna match it up real quick. Looks perfect. Perfect match. So we're gonna open our, with oily hands. There's instructions on here. Huh. You know, funny thing is, like, I'll read instructions, sometimes look at things, and every once in a while I learn something like, oh, that's why that's there. That's the blah, blah, blah. Lift out, put new seal on, add oil, put it in. Yep, check. Okay, so as it's saying, we want to take, you know, this is partially used. Get a little oil on the cap there. It's not used oil, it's new oil, but it's not a brand new container. Just get a little bit of oil on my finger and lube up the new O-ring. You just don't want to put it on dry, and that prevents you from your cap here fusing to your engine. Although this is probably all, is that plastic down in there? But it's a good habit on all your filters. So even the metal filters, right? You know the metal filters I'm talking about? They have a little rubber ring around them as well. It's not a replaceable O-ring like this, but they do have a rubber ring on them, and you got to oil that up too, so you don't you don't fuse the filter to the engine block. All right, and with that we can put the cap on, right? No. Let's put the filter in. There we go. Just snaps down in there. There we go. And this has a torque specification on it as well. So torque it to the proper specification. Oh, is this my bad wrench? I need a new set of 1/2 inch. Somebody commented on a video. Oh, I was doing leaf springs. On my leaf spring video, one guy made a comment, and he's right. It's funny, some of the comments I get sometimes. On the leaf spring video, he said, I was struggling getting those bolts off because they're a pain. They're a huge pain. But he said, quit using deep set sockets. Da, 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 da. But all I had was deep set for this size. It's like, I'm using what I got, buddy. Like, thanks. You know, you want to buy me a new set of sockets, go for it. But I don't know, sometimes people are making comments, and they have, you know, I think maybe they probably mean well, you know, offering good suggestions, but I don't know, sometimes they come off like, quit doing this and that. It's like, yeah, doing the best I can with what I got. Got our filter on here, and again on this, don't over tighten it. And just do it snug. That's probably good right there. Okay. Filter is on, plug is in. We are ready to fill it up. And engine oil right here, 520. I'm gonna, yeah, that all looks good. I want to grab a light real quick. Just to look closer. Yep. Filter looks good. And it's all clean. That's the other thing I do. You see I'm always wiping stuff off. I don't want to get old. I want to keep it clean because if I have a leak, I want to be able to spot it quick. Let's put this back in place because we are about done with this part. It'd be funny as if somebody on the live stream was that person that made the comment, quit using deep set load. It's like, yeah, like, I agree. I mean, you're right. You can say it nice. Like, hey, I got a suggestion. Like, I think you'd be better off using a da 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 da. There we go. Get our air box all hooked back up. That made it so much easier just getting this air box out of the way. It didn't take much time. Gave me a lot more room to work. There we go. Filters in. Oil cap, drain pan, or drain, what is it, oil plug? Drain plug. I'm like, oh, what is it? All right, being that this is morning coffee live, I'm gonna get a quick sip here. Some good dark roast. I gotta fill it up with oil now. I'm gonna end up stepping. I've never done it, but I was afraid I'm gonna step right into my oil pan. Kaplunk. Oh. I think JeepSolid did that with his, or no, he didn't do that, but he had, what'd you do? You I think you poured oil on your kid's foot or something. That's kind of funny. How did that happen? James Lindsay, I believe it. Ghost. This is my current grind friend. I need to grab my filter, or not filter. Funnel. Try to find the funnel. Oh, what is that back there? Is that a new project? Slowly making my way through the FFVII remake. Oh, I've stepped in pans, poured it on my son's foot accidentally. Yeah, that's the one I was talking about. Poured oil on this kid's foot. Yeah, I love that one. JeepSolid's got some good stories. One of my all-time favorites of his. Filter, this one will work. One of my all-time favorites of his, though, is after he got done working on his mom's car, put the wheel back on, put the lug nuts on finger tight. Finger tight, and he's driving down the road. He remembers, like, oh, after I got it off the jack stands, I never got a wrench on it. I never tied. His lug nuts are just finger tight, and he's driving down the road. Woo-doo-doo. Oh, the panic. I love that story. That's a good one. Now, gosh, is this... I think this is like 5.5 quarts. And here we have 1.5. $5.20 Valvoline synthetic. That is what I want. So we'll go ahead and fill her up with oil. And yeah, if you're doing your, if you're brand new to oil changes, you might already know, but after we get about 5 quarts in here, we'll check the level. But then we have to start it up because remember, the filter is dry, right? The filter holds, I don't know, half a cup of oil. So you don't want to just fill it up and start checking your dipstick. Well, I'll actually probably check it just to make sure we're close. But then after you start it and run oil through that filter, you're going to lose, you know, half a cup of oil. Well, you're going to fill that filter, so you're actually half a cup shy from what you think you have. So anyways, you got to just start it up and run it for 15 seconds or so, not very long, just enough to pump oil through that filter. Did you guys think you'd be watching a guy do an oil change this morning? What did you do this morning? Oh, I watched a guy do an oil change. And we'll put most of this one in, 520 synthetic Valvoline. Jason says I'm the master at pouring fluids. I'm just not dripping. It's an art, a skill. I have a special set of skills. And it's pouring oil, not assassinating bad guys. Other thing you don't want to do is you don't want to overfill it, because then you are draining. So let's say that's 3, 4, that's like 4.5. You don't want to overfill it because actually overfilling can cause issues as well. Hey. Kiddos in the garage. Hey, do you want to grab me a paper towel, babe?
Just one?
Yeah, just one. So I'm just going to make sure we're close here. Thank you. That's the other thing, doing your own oil for the first time. Clean your dipstick really well when you're checking, because it just makes it a lot easier. Then you hold it down here, kind of guide it in. If you don't clean it really well, it makes it a lot harder to see where you're at. And we're just below the safe, so I'm actually going to add a little bit more. Probably still a quart low. Not from that one, it's empty. Where is it? There we go. Where are we at? We're at about the 2, so let's add a quart. So yeah, the wife said, you got to have that done by 10. Or she didn't tell me. I just in my head said, I have to have this done by 10. One of my favorite things, though, is doing an oil change like this in the summer when the weather's all nice. Right now it's kind of cold and yucky. But anyways, summertime, weather's nice. Open up the garage, have the car out in the driveway, and then got a little TV in the shop, have a ball game on in the background. It's just like classic good summer day. Being outside, and the birds are chirping. You guys might notice got this new jacket on. You guys haven't, I think I wore this in a previous video, but this is new. This is a Christmas present. My daughter bought me a nice warm jacket because I was saying how cold it is in the garage. How I open up the door, it makes them mad. Because I want to heat up the shop sometimes, not when the garage door is open. But I want to heat up the shop, garage door is closed. So I'll open up the door to the house just to let heat out here. And Dad, it's freezing. There I was going by closing the door, and then I open it back up. Dad, why are you letting the cold in? And I open it back up. Anyways, I think we're pretty good here. I'm going to get this stuff off of the engine. We're going to fire it up real quick. I know that we're still a little bit low, so I'm going to top that off. Let me move my rags. And we'll fire this up real quick. Just to run oil through all the galleries. Oil galleries? Galley. Galley, oil galleys. A galley's in a ship. Gallery. Oil gallery. Move my tablet. I've got a new setup. Big stuff coming up for 2021. Yep. I'm still waiting for Christmas to happen. First son-in-law had COVID. Now our daughter. Oh, geez. So 10 more days till we can do Christmas. William, hang in there. It'll come. That stinks, though. Gallery. Yes. Gallery. Oil gallery. All right. I think we're good. Let's fire it up and check the level. So we're gonna just run oil through the filter, gallery, all that. Where's the keys? Let's give it a shot. Tight fit. Just run it for a second. Oh, that's the other thing is I got to figure out how to reset the oil light. One thing I really do like about new vehicles is you don't really have to keep track of oil changes because they will tell you, hey, change my oil. And they actually have, like our van, and I believe the Jeeps as well, they actually, like the brains of the engine will tell you, like, if you're running, you know, if you're doing a lot of like in-town driving, the temperature outside, just the heat, like how quick the driving conditions, I guess, how quickly you need to change the oil. Like if the engine senses that, yeah, these are just tougher driving conditions, it'll tell you to change the oil earlier versus, you know, if you just have nice ambient temperature, you're not driving hard, a lot of highway driving or something, it'll kind of stretch that out. So it kind of makes a, I don't know, I just think that's cool. Where's my clean? So yeah, it doesn't the sensor on when to change the oil. It's not just a hard set fast. Every this many miles, the light comes on. It kind of changes with your driving conditions. That is cool. The other thing JeepSolid and I were talking about yesterday a little bit that I don't understand. Maybe one of you guys is a crane operator. I see videos of cranes tipping over and stuff, and I'm like, with modern technology, they should have like 0 crane accidents. Because to me, it seems like it should be computerized. Like if you're lifting this load at this angle with this reach, like you can lift this much weight. And yeah, there's probably overrides, but if you're trying to lift something too heavy, there should be like bells and whistles going off, like, oh, you can't do that at this angle, at this lift, and you know, with this wind, like all those things. Like it's the technology era. Like but I am not a crane operator. I don't know that. And I'm sure it's much more complicated, just like when people talk medical things sometimes, like, hey, why don't they do this? Da, 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 da. It's like, it doesn't work that way. We can't. So we're a little low. Add a little bit more. And we'll check it again. Yeah, we're using almost 6 quarts here. You guys can see that other vehicle in the background. Little sneak peek. New stuff coming up soon. It's a fun project, fun video working on that. All right, let's see where we're at. And we are in the safe, but I could still add a half. I'm gonna end up using about 6 quarts on this. It was kind of thirsty. And this is one of those times where I'll peek underneath. And then after I pull it back out of the shop, I'll like stick my hand down underneath. We are dry underneath. That's a good sign. I'll pull it out, drive it, and then stick my hand back underneath, just make sure that plug's not leaking. Yeah, 2/3 of the way up into the safe. I'm gonna get it more towards the top of the safe zone. It doesn't have to be right at the very top of the safe, but I like it up closer to the top of the safe. As long as it's in the safe zone, that's what it is, right? Safe zone. Another thing I do, like I had driven this van today, just kind of warm it up. Oil, it's kind of nice, especially in the winter, working on a warm engine as long as it's not hot. Yep, that's perfect. Probably no way I'll get that on camera. Lighting. Probably totally out of focus. Anyways, right up at the top of the safe zone. So we are good. Cool. Then I start double checking everything. I just kind of go over everything in my head. Just like they do at the pit stop, right? The oil pit stop. Except, yeah, synthetic. This is full synthetic oil change for about 30 bucks. And yeah, I think I did a video recently on my JK about doing an oil change. And I called around to a couple places. I want to say it was $90 something for a full synthetic. On that video, somebody commented like, "Oh, oil change in my area is 40 or 45." It's like, yeah, that's not a full synthetic oil change though, unless they got a screaming deal. But yeah, on the JK, I want to say it was close to $100, and yeah, I was able to do the oil change for, it was like 30 or 40, but it basically half price. It's kind of fun to do. And the other thing I recommend about doing your own oil change, it gives you a good chance to kind of look at things, your battery terminals, your hoses, your belt, just kind of gets you familiar with what's going on with your engine. You take it to the quick lube oil place, they're not going to care about your battery terminals or other things. Yeah, it's a lot easier. You pull in, they do it, it's done, you go on, you pay more. I don't think they do as good of a job. You can use better quality products, get you familiar with your vehicle. Did I say saves money? It saves a ton of money. Okay, so filter, check, that's tight. Air box, took that off. Hose is all hooked back up. We're good there. Cap is on. That drain plug. Check underneath one more time. Make sure we're dry. Yep. Looks good. Don't see any drippy drips coming from the plug. So there we go. Where's my tablet? That's oil change. The last thing I have to do is reset the oil light. And yeah, I wish they would standardize the process for it, because it's kind of a pain when they don't. The van here, what do you have to do? You have to put the key in, like push the brake, and I'm gonna have to look it up. I don't remember off the top of my head. Old movies, you should see my garage, LOL. Garage and grill. How many people we got on right now? 28, 5 thumbs up. How long will be 42 minutes? So yeah. So 42 minutes, oil change, but filming and talking and all that. So yeah, I could probably do this in a half hour easy. Well, by the time I get it to 4,000, 5,000 have gone by and cost about 40 versus an hour of my time at $100 an hour. Yeah, it's about a half hour of my time. 40 versus an hour of my time. Yeah, full synthetic though, like call around and see how much a full synthetic is, because that's what the JK and this van, that's what they require. And it was 90 something, I think it was like $96, like, but we have a $5 off coupon. And then yeah, your time. Yeah, I mean, if I wasn't doing this morning, it's not like I'm going to be at work. Like I wouldn't be making money at work. I'm totally into making $60 to $70 for 30 minutes of my time. Yeah, especially if I'm just hanging out doing nothing. Yeah, it just depends how you want to spend your time. I mean, there's nothing wrong with taking it to an oil place. If you just don't want to do that, like, there's more than one way to do it. What else would I be doing? Watching TV, killing stuff on the computer. Yeah, but sometimes you get busy. Like some weeks I have are just so busy that, yeah, you take it to the oil place and that takes you, I don't know, you're waiting in line. It's going to take at least 20 minutes. You got to drive there, wait in line, have them do the job, drive home, all that. So you're looking at half hour, 45 minutes of just time doing it at an oil shop. I quit taking it to places due to dissatisfaction with how yeah, JeepSolid's had issues with them. Oh, I had an issue with them one time. Yeah, they like lost my oil cap. It was on an old Honda CRX. What was that, like an 86 or something? An old CRX. But yeah, I took it to an oil stop place. And then, yeah, I got home and the engine was like smoking. Like, I popped the hood. And I noticed there was no oil cap. Like the oil cap was just gone. I'm like, wow. So I called them up. And they took care of it. They apologized. They gave me a new oil cap and filled it back up because it had a little bit of oil had splattered out. And they paid for an engine cleaning. But yeah, they weren't careful. Yeah, overfilled, drain plug over tightened, broken tabs in the engine, etc. Where do you take your used oil? Oh, so yeah, that's another good question. So then the used oil, you just pour it back into these 5-quart tubs, and then there's local recycling centers that'll take it for free. So I just have a few jugs on the side of the house, and then when I go to the dump, our recycling center or the dump here, they take it for free. So, you know, probably twice a year I go to the dump for various reasons, and I'll grab a couple of jugs of used oil and drop it off there, and there you go. AutoZone takes it for free. Yeah, I think places like that do as well. So anyways, 45 minutes in, I got to call it a day and get my wife on the road here. Got to reset this oil light. Drop it off at AutoZone. Yep. So I'm going to end the live stream here, but thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it. I will catch you in Friday's video. What's Friday's video? Do I even know? I got so many projects going on. I think I did the same thing last week. I have a whole like video schedule with a list of like what I've done, what's pending, what's being edited. Because yeah, there's a lot going on. Friday's video. Oh, I think it's an easy one. What was that? I don't know. I know what projects I'm currently working on. I'm trying to think of the one I have with my editor. I remember sending it to her and saying, this is a fairly easy one. Yeah, I don't remember. It'll be a surprise for all of us. Anyways, thank you guys. Appreciate it. And I will catch you on Friday. Have a good day.